Good morning and welcome back to Raids with Randoms, where we are going to try and not let other people butcher these raids. Now, Azumarill raids are not incredibly difficult. They don't have belly drum, so you don't have to worry about that. They do have a scripted charm and a scripted rain dance, which will happen at 85% time and 75% hit points respectively, so pay attention to those. All those details are up there. Make sure you check out Cerebi for a full thing if you want to reference it yourself. Hydro Pump, Aqua Tail, Play Rough, and Double Edge tells me that I don't want to bring fighting types, so Annihilate is pretty much out here. Now, it is level 75 as a 5-star raid, like I said, not very difficult. Terra Poison means that I can go ahead and run Psychic pretty reliably here, and probably just let that run. I could do either Chocobo, or I could bring Alfred. In fact, ooh yeah, you know what, I'm going to bring Alfred for this one. Now, it does do a self-reset at 50% and a player reset at 25%. And since it uses weather, I have had some pretty good success bringing my own water type to the raid, especially if the Terra type is weak to water. Something like Manaphy can set up, if you're soloing, it does really well with Tail Glow. And like I would do maybe 1 Chilling Water, 2 Tail Glow, and then by that, or do Tail Glow, Chilling Water, Tail Glow. By that point, it's going to trigger its Rain Dance script, and then you just wipe it out with your +6 Surf after 2 Tail Glows. It's incredibly easy to just let that run. You can also bring other water stuff. I don't recommend Grass because it could have Sap Sipper. Bringing Fire and Ice types, not too favorable because of Thick Fat. Now, it looks like, ooh, somebody else is bringing a Spartha. That is incredibly good for us. And it does look like somebody... Oh, please don't lock into Skeledirge. The Porygon could be a cool one. Oh, okay, it's not Skeledirge, but it's still a fire type. If you lock into that, come on, dude. Come on. Fortunately, with the rest of the squad, we have a Spartha, which means Lumina Crash spam. They're going to tank its special defense for us, while our Psychic Terrain boosts all the Psychic damage. We should finish this faster than somebody bringing a Fire Pokemon to a Water Pokemon's raid should cause us problems. But yeah, like I always advise on these raids, be aware of what the raid boss does. Cerebi is an excellent resource for that. And we got everybody locked in. This is actually a really good squad. I got Psychic Surge, we got an Aspartha on lineup, and then Porygon can just be absolutely gross depending on how they're built. So let's go ahead and put that away and get this going. Alright, I think... Okay, Psychic Surge is going to go off. I'm going to hold off... Actually, download. Porygon 2 gets a boost. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Attack Cheer to give us a boost here. Oh, they're going Calm Mind before Lumina Crash. Oh, I was hoping they'd go straight for the Lumina Crash. And the Porygon 2 is using Double Edge. Okay, so the Porygon 2 is using one of the absolute worst possible raid moves imaginable. In that case, we better end this quick. I'm going straight into Expanding Force. In fact, Turbo Controller, do your thing. We got somebody bringing a Fire Pokemon and somebody using... Well, maybe Zap Cannon will do us some good. Since Zap Cannon has, like, what, 50% chance to paralyze, even though it's got, like, abysmal accuracy. Charm is going to go off into somebody. Porygon. Well, maybe Porygon can't knock itself out with... Okay, there we go. We broke past the 50% barrier. That's going to be a stat wipe. If a Spartha would like to go ahead and use its Lumina Crash again to get that debuff back into place. Oh no, they're going Stored Power. Come on, Aspartha, use your Lumina Crash. You got an entire group of special attackers here. Lumina Crash should be the way to go. You could... Now, Aspartha can do really good with Stored Power in a solo raid, but I really think keeping up the debuff would be the better play here. Although it looks like we're going to break the shield before we even Terrastalize. There we go. Play rough going off. Yeah, look at that. And there's the stat wipe on our side. I would have terastallized there, but we are super close here. I just got Turbo Controller running. Yeah, like I said, the Azumarill Rage should not be difficult, but if you bring a Porygon using physical attacks and Double Edge, you could wipe the raid for everybody. Just throwing that out there. Be careful with things like Double Edge, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz. In fact, for raids, just don't use them. And it's Stellar Terra Porygon too. I wonder what it's even planning on doing with that. Like if you're going to use Porygon 2 as a raid attacker, just go straight Tri-Attack at that point. And the Heatran, it is not good for these raids. Maybe the no, actually Heatran's also not good for Clodsire because it has Earthquake. Yeah, take advantage of these raids while you can. If feel free to go in with physical or special attacks. They're all pretty good for this. And like I said, Espartha's really good for this raid. They ran there. They should have just done Lumina Crash spam to support the other special attackers in the squad instead of trying to set up a stored power. But if you are soloing it, in fact, if you're soloing it, you could also just spam stored power. Anything else works here. Annihilate can do pretty good. Now, I know I said it has a fairy attack, so watch out with fighting types. But between Rage Fist and possible stat debuff triggering Defiant, Annihilate could go off on this if you got a good Terra matchup. But yeah, just remember, be aware of what the Azumarill can do. Don't bring grass types in case it has Sap Sipper. Fire and Ice, just not that great because of the possibility of Thick Vat. It basically gives it extra resistance. So be careful with those. But any standard just throw something in and beat it up strategy should work for the Azumarill raids.